Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'm glad to see all your beautiful faces. And especially for you live streamers, welcome, welcome. Today, we are grateful to have you here at our second TLC gathering on Wednesday nights. Why TLC? Well, it's because we teach the principles, we live the love, and we change the world. I want to thank everyone for wearing your mask appropriately over your nose and over your mouth. And I ask you to respect social distancing. And now, for an affirmative prayer. Please close your eyes if you're comfortable and allow my words to be your words. Take a deep breath in and release the day. Knowing that God is all there is. All-knowing, all-powerful, all-present. Knowing that God is love and life and light. God is the sun and the moon and the stars. God is all that there ever has been, ever will be. It is the universal mind, the universal intelligence. It is the universal body. It is all things, everything. And I know that I am of and from and in, and as this universal energy that I call God, it is who and what I am, my breath, my bone, my blood. It is me. And as I know this to be the truth of who and what I am, I know it is the truth of who and what all who hear my voice are. So in this knowingness, I bless this service, this celebration, this coming together, this co-creation of spirit, knowing that each of us are touched in the spirit, loved in the spirit, and grow and nourished through the connection and the collaboration of the Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so, so very grateful for all that there is and all that we are. And I release my word into the law knowing it is done, done, done. So it is. So it is.
Everyone, give yourselves a hand for being here. Love streamers, so happy. I know that you are with us tonight, and so it is time for us to step into what is already here. Would you please stand and raise the praise with me in the form of knowing right here, right now, the infinite intelligence is all around us. We step in, we go into our deeper nature to show up and know and feel that God is present. Oh, can you feel the peace? Can you feel the prosperity? If not, open your heart and know it is here. Everything you need is right here, right now. Now we let go and release any doubt. We let go and release any fear. We let go and release any sense of limitation and move into the oneness that is us. The wholeness that is us. It is who and what we are. There is nothing else. If there's anything coming through your mind, you release it now and let it go. And flow into raising the praises here without further ado of giving them praise and praise for them being here, I also want to give great thanks to Las Vegas Center for Spiritual Living, allowing us to be in their wonderful sanctuary and allowing us to raise the vibration. Are you there with me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to get started in our talk this evening, all right? So in Centers for Spiritual Living, the actual organization, the international organization, they have themes for the month. And in November, the theme is Breathe in the View. Tonight's talk, though, because Thanksgiving happens to be my favorite holiday of all holidays. And yes, there's the food, and yes, there's the family. But more importantly, there's this idea about gratitude. So tonight, gratitude, we know, is truly a part of the journey. Notice I said a part. One piece. But we're talking about this one piece because of how magnificent and amazing it is when you really get this particular principle and tool. So we're going to first start with Ernest Holmes' quote. He says, "Gratitude is one of the chief graces of human existence, and it is crowned in heaven with a consciousness of unity." When you are truly grateful and you practice this tool, not just because somebody did something so you say thank you, or because you know you're obligated to say thank you, somebody gives you a gift, you say thank you. That is so not. You're missing the boat if that's how you're really using gratitude. As a spiritual tool, I want us to remember we're spiritual beings, so we use spiritual tools to shift and mold our life and all of humanity. Yes, I did say all of humanity because you're just that powerful. The only issue that we have on the planet is that people don't really know who and what they are and how powerful they actually are. But tonight I know that you know, so we're going to work with that. Say yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So the idea of this idea of being more and more grateful for things is important because without it, we have a tendency to fall into judgment and criticism. And it's not your fault necessarily. We happen to live in a world where headlines are, the biggest part of headlines, if you'll notice, tends to be more towards negativity than positivity. We happen to live in a world where it's so easy for us to criticize and to judge. Notice I said we, because we all fall into this wonderful boat. And yet, as a spiritual person, we all know that gratitude has a different vibration. It's of a much higher level. So if we know this, how come we don't do it more? So I was doing a little bit of research, and I found this thing by Gottman and Levinson. They did a study back in 2017. Now we're 2021, so I'm sure it's even more so. But the statistic says this. It says how much criticism is spoken versus appreciation. It needs to be 15 to 1. It needs to be coming from your mouth, coming from your heart, and coming from your mind. 15 appreciation, 15 gratitudes to every one criticism. That's a lot, but not really. And it's not really a lot if you're starting to live this way. You will notice that what's coming out of your mouth, what's going through your mind, tends to change when you begin to use this tool consciously, persistently, and continuously. So they say 15 to 1. Now, I'm going to go into an area some of you don't want me to go into, but you're here. So when it comes to our relationships, I would love to know, and those of you who have been practicing this enough to know what I'm saying, don't you dare raise your hand, but everybody else. I want to know how many of us truly give our mates, our friends, and I'm not saying all over. I'm not saying in one day you do 15 for all of your people. I'm talking about how many of you appreciate, give thanks, give appreciation, gratitude of some sort to the mate. 15 to 1. How many of you do it with your coworkers? 15 to 1. How many of you do it with the grocery store person? Just think for a moment. Take a moment to recognize that we are actually living more worldly than we are spiritually. When it comes to this spiritual tool that we think is so simple for us to use, just be more grateful. 15 to 1. And I'm stressing that because that's part of your homework assignment for this coming month. 15 to 1. want you to not only speak about this in this way, but I want you to check out your mind. How many of us wake up, and many of us have been taught through these teachings, you're going to wake up in gratitude. Then how many of us carry that throughout the rest of the day? Or have you noticed that you're criticizing more than you're appreciating? How many of you remember, we had the exercise, right? The switching the bands, how much you complained? Most of us didn't want to continue that. Why? Because this spiritual tool that is critical to how you live, most of us want better lives, but we're not willing to put in the work. How you live when it comes to gratitude versus your criticism, your judgment of others, we're not working this too well. I'm asking you to do a better job. 2021, Thanksgiving's coming up. Let's make it happen. Say yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, y'all kind of low. Say yes.
Yes.
I thought so. All right. All right. So it's really important as we use this idea of gratitude that we recognize that if we would just move into this piece right here, making sure that we're giving thanks and being appreciative 15 times more than we do any criticism, then you can talk about you being in a consciousness of unity. Then you can talk about being in a consciousness of oneness, which is one of the main principles we teach in these teachings. All right? So let's move on. So there's a quote here that says, the darkness can bring an awareness to what is a bright light in your life. It has the potential of bringing more light in your life when you're recognizing that the darkness is not something that's against you. It's something calling your attention to wake up. To wake up and see the bright light, even within it. So before I go any further on that, of course, I want to tell you a true story. Some of you know that right now I am also a hospice chaplain. And so I get to see people and pray with people. It's a wonderful, wonderful position in life to be in. Now, I don't work for one company. I work for quite a few companies. All right? So one of the things that happened was I took on one company, and in most of the companies, for the most part, there's some similarities, of course, because they have to go by the government policies and procedures. But a lot of times how they run their company might be just a little bit different. Well, I took on this one company, and they were pretty different from all the other companies I had. But it wasn't, for me, it wasn't in a good way. It didn't leave me feeling good and in integrity, right? So I was working with it, I was trying to work with it, and I finally had to let it go. And when I made the decision to let it go, Juan, my husband, for those of you who don't know, my husband's name is Juan, he said to me, so what is the piece of gratitude about company, and we'll call them Company F? What's the piece of gratitude? I went, and it was very clear. The part that I needed to understand and be extremely grateful for was without them doing what they did, I didn't know when I went to go take on another company, I didn't know and didn't have the questions to ask the next company to make sure I didn't get in that situation again. Where is it in your life that you see darkness and you haven't quite grasped the fact that it's there to teach you about the light? To teach you how to conduct yourself in a particular manner, to teach you to ask questions that maybe you didn't know to ask before. The darkness is teaching you about the light if you'll allow it to do so. So we want to learn to bless and be grateful for the places, the people, the circumstances that we're in that seem to be a dark spot in our life. You with me?
Yes.
Okay. Just some of y'all with me, huh? Okay. All right, so it's really important. The other piece, I'm going to tell you one short story on another short story on this, and this one I did learn. So the whole idea about hospice has been a little bit in the newer years, right? But back in the day, I learned it because I had a minister who was she's wonderful. And she taught me many, many, many things. It's how I got into Science Mind, and she was just amazing. And I'm going to call out her name. Her name is Reverend Nancy Sweeney. Love her. She taught me many, many things. In time, though, she did retire. We got another minister. And I couldn't jive. I just couldn't get there. Just couldn't get there. Didn't understand. Went through all kind of my own flips and trips because that person wasn't Reverend Nancy. So I'm in ministerial school now, and Reverend Michael Beckwith's my mentor, so I go to see him one time, and he says, so, well, how's it going with Reverend so-and-so? And I went, well, and I start to complain. He listens and he says, sounds like Reverend so-and-so is teaching you what you don't want to be. I went, Your dark spots in light come so that they can shine the light on the light. Your dark spots come so that they can teach you what you do want. Your dark spots come so that you can become a better person. Without the dark side, we have a tendency to take the light for granted. How many of you know what I'm talking about? Raise your hand. Yeah. Right? So pay attention to your dark spots, to the dark times. I just had someone, I was talking to them yesterday because they just lost their parent and they couldn't get there because it's hard when you're in grief. But as we continued to talk, he finally got there and he saw some light. Look at your dark spots. They're there for you. They're trying to teach you something, say something. All right, to our next one. With an attitude of gratitude, you'll realize that you already do have it all. You know, we say this a whole lot in these teachings, but we act like we don't. Time to shift some of that too, right? It says, everything you could ever desire is already inside of you. Appreciate it, love it, nurture it enough so it is fully expressed in your life. Now, there are two words in here I really do want you to pay attention to. But before I go there, I do want to give you one more story. And even before I go there, I want to call your attention to the second part. It says, everything you could ever desire is already inside of you. We hear this type of teaching a lot in this philosophy. But we have a tendency to not believe that because maybe we're not living in the grand house we want to be in. Maybe we don't have what we think is we don't have the perfect spouse. Maybe we have the job, but it doesn't pay us enough. Those things that you're looking at, that maybe you're even criticizing, that's a dark spot. And I just said to you, your dark spots are trying to show you light because everything is within inside of you. So if you look at your dark spot and you say, well, so-and-so didn't, and if only so-and-so would, you are blaming and putting your power out there. And all God is constantly tapping and saying to you, it's right here. It's right here. Pay attention. So I want to tell you about a particular person that many of you have heard about. This is Gautama, right? So this is Buddha, who turned into Buddha. And Buddha was teaching his students, monks and nuns, and anybody who wanted to come and really learn the technique of Vipassana, which is a meditation technique that I encourage you to learn, of course, because it's great. And so on this one particular night, one of the students came a little earlier, and he said he was waiting for the Buddha. And so he came early, and he finally said, Sir, you know, I just, this one question keeps bothering me, and I came early because I didn't want to take up time with all the other students, but I've come early. Please, sir, permit me to ask you the one question. Buddha smiles and says, of course, go ahead, because when it comes to the Dharma, there should be no questions in your mind. We don't want you confused, right? The Dharma is a way of life that really pertains to all of us, right, in the teachings. So he says, sir, I am coming here now for a number of years, and I understand what you teach, and it is good. But I examine the people who come here to learn. I notice some of them have really become fully liberated. It is very clear by their behavior, with their lifestyle, with their dealings with people and situations. And it is clear that they are liberated people. And quite a few are not fully liberated, and yet a big change has come into their life. Now, some of you know some of these people. How many say you know somebody, right? I don't know if it's you or not, but raise your hand if you know somebody there's been a big change because of the teachings. Just a couple of you? Oh, I thought so. Okay, all right. And so this big change has come into their life, and their life is better. He says, but then, sir, there are people like me. No change. We are as we were. And my question to you, sir, is you are so powerful, you are so compassionate, and somebody coming to you, they take refuge in you. Why don't you use all your power and your compassion to liberate us? Why someone remains unliberated or half liberated? Please, sir, this is the question that bothers me the most. The Buddha smiled. He says, you know, that is what I keep on teaching people, but they seem to not want to understand. So he says, so let me explain. Now, sometimes when the Buddha would explain things, he would directly just say what the person needed to hear. But sometimes he would do what is called counter-questioning. And in this case, he counter-questioned the man. He said, so where are you from? And he said, sir, I am from Shavesti. And the Buddha said, no. Your facial features tell me that you are not from this part of the country. You are from somewhere else, and you came here and settled here. Ah, yes, sir. I belong to Rigiji. I come, though, and settle down here. Having come and settled here, then have you severed all your relationships with the people from your other country, from Rigiji? He said, no, sir. No, I haven't. I go back there often. My family's there, and I have friends there. And he says, oh, so you keep going there? Oh, yes, I keep going there, back and forth. I have business there. He says, so certainly then, and you got to remember, this is back in the day. So he says, certainly then, you must know the path very well to walk from here to there, to go from here to there. He says, oh, yes, sir. I know it very, very well. He's like, okay, so now you've been here a while, so you have friends here and acquaintances here, and some of them know you very well, yes? He says, yes, sir. And he says, well, then you must have told them that you're from this other part of the country, and they know that you go back and forth, yes? He says, oh, yes, sir, I know. He says, and do you explain to them how you get there? Some of them might really want to visit your part of the country. Have you told them how to get? Oh, yes. I explain them very well. I tell them you go here and you turn right there, you keep going and you turn here, you do this, you do that, and then when you hear, and you will reach Rigiji. I'm just going to say Rigiji, okay? I'm so sorry to mess up I've been practicing that particular city's name for a while. I'll call it R, because I don't want to mess it up, all right? And you will reach the goal, to R. He says, so you explained it very, very clearly. Very clearly, sir. He says, so therefore, that means that whoever that you have explained how to get there, they actually reach the goal. What? No, sir. If someone has not actually walked the path, how will they reach the city of R? Young man, that is what I keep trying to tell all of you. You see, people come to me understanding very well, this is a person who is fully liberated. He has reached the final goal. He knows the path from here to the final goal. Now, do I keep it a secret? No. I explain it very clearly, very well. This is how you walk. You do this, you take a step on the path, you do this, and you reach this station, and you go here, and you reach this station, you go here, and you will reach the final goal. So it is with our spirituality, right? He says, but some people, he says, when you reach the final goal, some of the people, though, they come, just like we're here tonight, they come, they listen, and maybe they say the mantra, right? Sadhu, they bow, say the mantra. But they don't take a real step on the path. How is that person ever supposed to reach the goal? And what is the teacher supposed to do? So if someone takes a step on the path, they're one step closer to the goal. Yes, say yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
All right. If someone takes 5 steps towards the goal, they're nearer to the goal. Yes or no?
Yes.
If someone takes 100 steps to the goal, are they nearer to that goal? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. But somebody has to actually get on the path. Yes or no?
Yes.
Let me ask you a different question. If I am thirsty, and I say to you, I am really thirsty, and you go, you get the water, and you drink the water, is my thirst quenched? No. I have to drink the water. So it is with these teachings. You can come to this center or any other center and hear the teachings over and over and over again. But unless you step on the path and do the work, you will be no further to the goal. You can regurgitate the teachings. You can tell somebody else, and you can act as if you know something. But your life, all you have to do is look at your life, and it will tell you whether you're actually on the path doing the teachings. This idea of gratitude, 15 to 1, that's a whole lot, some of you may be thinking. But when you are living at the level of gratitude every day, it is the power that forces you to get up. It is the power that has you see the oneness of everybody in life. When you are there, you are not only on the path, you are near the goal of having a better life. You will feel better. You will look better. You will do more things. Life moves through you. And this idea of having everything that is within you, it actually manifests in your life. But you can't just hear it. You can't take one class or two classes and think you've got it. It doesn't work that way. You must be consistent, persistent, continuous, constantly working the spiritual tools. And this is a simple one. We're talking gratitude here, right? This is not hard unless you choose not to practice. So about 3 or 4 years ago, we were in the other building. Those of you who are live streamers, we actually were in a different building a few years ago. And Todd, who is right now running the camera, bless you, Brother Derek, he was at the sound booth, and Rachel, who you've heard from this evening, she was at the sound booth, and I walked into the center, and Todd was talking about, he was like, man, you know, my car got stolen the other day. And immediately, I was like, wow, that means you can get a new car, because I knew he had been complaining about, that means you get a new car, this is great. And Rachel says, I want that, I want to do that. I'm like, do what? And she said, you immediately saw something good in this thing that we call, he got his car stolen. I said, oh, because I hadn't recognized it. I said, oh, interesting. So I called Rachel the other day, because I kind of remembered this, right? And I was calling her for some details. And I said, do you remember this? And she said, yeah, I kind of do that. I do. She says, and now I actually do that. And I went, yeah, I know, because I've watched you, right? For the last few years, she's grown through ministerial school. She's grown. And she immediately, when something crazy goes on, she can immediately flip that switch. But that is the practice of gratitude that gets you there. Not sometimes, people. All the time. All the time. You are worthy of a great life. Spirit has been very clear that it's all within you. But you have to drink the water. You have to do the practices. And not once a week. Not once a month. Every day. Every day you must flip the switch. When something icky happens, you see it. You don't deny that it happened. You simply flip the switch and realize it happened, and there's an opportunity here. There's something I need to see. There's something I need to grow through. And I'm asking you to do this because it's time that we as community stop criticizing, stop judging. Okay to discern, right? To see what is, but stop talking about it. Are you with me? Yes. All right, so let's put this into play. Would you please stand? Those of you who are our love streamers and that you're at home, I'm asking that you stand also, right? If you're able to. If you're not able to, I want you to, sit in your chair, sit up straight, right? Because we're going to actually, how do I do this? Make it go. Thank you. All right, we're actually going to put this into practice because that which you hear, whenever you go to a service or some other thing and you hear a great lecture, whatever, you hear something, do something to incorporate it in your body. All right, so we're going to actually do that tonight. I'm going to actually do the first one, and you'll repeat after me, and then you'll know what to do when I ask you to turn. You're going to be doing the same thing. So we're going to start with giving thanks to the universe. And it goes like this. I give thanks to the universe. And then I'm going to ask you to sit with that for just a moment, all right? So let's do it together. Here we go. I give thanks to the universe. Just breathe that in. Maybe scenarios come up in your mind. Give thanks. And now turn to your right. The people that you see in front of you represent all of your loved ones, the people that you care about. So you're going to be saying, I give thanks for my loved ones. Let's begin. I give thanks for my loved ones. Bring that in and just think about all the people that you truly love. And now turn to the back of the room. The back of the room represents your past. And so I'm going to say this and just repeat after me as you take a breath and bow. I give thanks for the past, for all that I have become because of my past. And bow. Take a breath. Sit with that for a moment, thinking about your past, remembering the dark spots or the things that show light in your life. See it that way. And now turn to your right again. The people who are in front of you represents all of humanity and our oneness, right? So we're going to give thanks for humanity. Repeat after me. I give thanks for humanity. I give thanks for humanity. And bow and take a breath. Now allow your energy and your gaze and in your mind to embrace all of humanity. Turn again to the right so that you're facing front. And you're going to say, I give thanks for the light within me and all around. But this one, I want you to open up your heart because you're going to do it this way. All right? Let's begin. I give thanks for the light within me and all around. Breathe it in. Feel that. And so it is. And now join me in enjoying Mr. Donnie Lee.
Light is always going to shine. Truly, all we have to do is choose to see goodness. Find the strength to shift our being, the little things. Give me access to everything. Be grateful. Be For all I am, I'll be, I'll be, oh, I'll be, I'll be, I'll be, I'll be grateful.
Thank you, Donnie. As always, that was wonderful. One of our practices is meditation. And so now let's do a meditation together. Today's theme is about gratitude, about understanding and being in the space of gratitude. So let's take a moment and be grateful for our bodies. If you're comfortable, please close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and release. Focus your attention on your toes and say thank you. Move to your ankles and say thank you. Up to your shins and calves and say thank you. Have gratitude for your knees, your thighs, and your hips. Be grateful. Be thankful for your pelvis and your digestive system, with all those muscles that line your spine. Say thank you. Thank you to my lungs, my diaphragm, all of those organs that work so diligently. Thank you to the liver, the pancreas, to the heart. Thank you to my shoulders, my neck, throat, my elbows and arms, my wrists, my fingers, my thumbs. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do for me every day. Thank you to my head, my eyes, the muscles around my eyes. Thank you to my nose, my taste buds, my tongue, my lips, chin, my jawbone. Thank you. Such gratitude. And in this, focus on this amazing body. into the room. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Become aware of the seat underneath your legs, bottom, back. Knowing that you are in a place of gratitude. Thank you. And now, room Felicia with our affirmation.
Let us just simply be in this moment. Just allow ourselves to continue to resonate in this soothing energy of that meditation. And I invite you to close your eyes again and to listen to the affirmations and embrace them as your own. I am grateful for the energy of life that flows through me. I am grateful for all of my experiences while knowing I can change or expand them. I am grateful for family and community, knowing each is an expression of Spirit's love. I invite you to open your eyes and to repeat the affirmation, the words after me, with passion, with a true depth to it. I am grateful for the energy of life that flows through me. I am grateful for all of my experiences while knowing I can exchange or expand them. I am grateful for family and community, knowing each is an expression of Spirit's love. And just take a deep breath and allow yourselves to fully embrace that with a heart filled with gratitude. Now we move into our giving. And giving is really such a wonderful opportunity to be an expression of love. It is also an action and another opportunity of gratitude. To show gratitude for what we have by sharing it. To show gratitude for this community. To show gratitude for this teaching. To show gratitude for the fact that, for the opportunity that we have to grow, truly grow into who we really came to be here. So let us find out the different ways that we can give. There are many. We can give through the website, www.cslsn.org. Click the Donate button, and then scroll down. You can do a text tithe, and the number is 702-666-0541. If you need assistance with that, please see one of us after TLC. You can also use a Cash App, and this is, you can utilize the symbol for that, or actually the phrase for that for us is $CSLSN, capital letters, $CSLSN. And then there's Zelle. And there's two ways to use our name for Zelle. Center for Spiritual Living, SO, notice there's no period, SO Incorporated. Or you can do info@cslsn.org. You can also use the good old snail mail. P.O. Box 54 4435 Henderson, Nevada, 8901. And then our final way of giving, that still works very well, is the giving envelope, that blue sacred giving envelope. If you look to the back, you will see practitioner Juan McAllister holding the envelope, so you can obtain it on your way out, fill it out, and then you can utilize that actually for cash and for credit card, and simply put the envelope in the basket. And we ask that you do that to continue our health and safety focus. And once again, if you require any assistance, please let us know. You can also speak to Juan as well. And now, while you are preparing your giving, we will have a musical interlude by our music director, Donnie Lee, for about 2 minutes. And then that will be followed by a very special rendition, musical rendition called Blessed, written by Fred Hannon, arranged by music director Donnie Lee, and our very own Reverend Marquita. Thank you, Donnie.
I know it. I'm not afraid to show it. Say, oh, 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 oh. Oh, see, I'm blessed, and I know it. I'm not afraid to show it. Say, oh, 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 oh. I'm blessed, and I know it. I'm not afraid to show it. Say, oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, 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 oh. Say, oh, 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 oh. We will let say, we will let in the field. We will let when we come and when we go. We cast down false beliefs, sickness and poverty as for the truth has been free. For the truth has been revealed. We are blessed. We will blessed in the city. We will blessed in the field. We will blessed when we come and when we go. We cast down false beliefs, sickness and poverty as for the truth has been free. For the truth has been revealed. We are blessed.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Quantum Vibes. Thank you, Mr. Donnie Lee. Wonderful. Let's move into blessing what has been given. I invite you to just be still and take in a deep breath. And as the song said, blessed. We are blessed. Each of us is blessed. And what we give of ourselves is absolutely blessed. Is blessed with love, is blessed with acceptance. It is blessed with cooperation, is blessed with understanding. This community is blessed. And so many lives have been blessed because of the funds that have been given that allows us to teach and to assist others in their personal growth. And what a blessing that is to the world. Yes, yes, and yes. And so it is. I thank you, community. I thank each of you personally for being here, for the funds that you have given, for your energy, and for being a part of this co-creation. And now we have Teresa, who will give us some acknowledgments and announcements.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Teresa Jacobs, administrative volunteer and member here. We so appreciate the following people: Mr. Donnie Lee, Quantum Vibe, our Centers for Spiritual Living Southern Nevada Leadership, our one and only Reverend Marquita, and of course the Las Vegas Centers for Spiritual Living for allowing us to share their sacred space. Now for our announcements. For our center's happenings, please see our website at www.cslsn.org. Open or review your e-blast, otherwise known as the newsletter. No e-blast? Can't find it? Please sign up on our website, which is, again, www.cslsn.org. If you have or need any assistance, please give us a call at the center during the week at 702-485-5050. Now, I don't know, but I kind of like this. How about you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you say we do it again on December 22nd?
Okay.
Okay, so that is going to be happening here December 22nd at 6:10 p.m., so much like you did tonight. Also, we do still have the live streaming, which is on Facebook and YouTube. If you guys need any information with regards to that, dates, times, all the other information, login information, that is available on the website. And now back to Mr. Donnie Lee.
It's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh opportunity flowing my way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season coming to me. Declare to yourself and say, it's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh opportunities flowing my way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season coming to me. Sing it again and sing. It's a new season. It's a new day. Fresh opportunity flowing my way. It's a season of power and prosperity. It's a new season coming to me. One more time, sing. It's a new season. Yes, it is. It's a new day. I declare it for myself and I. Flowing my way. Season of power. Season of power and prosperity. It's a new season. Say it's a new season. Say it's a new season. Say it's a new season. Coming to me.
It is a new season and a new day. Let's take a deep breath together and exhale, knowing that there is only one thing going on right here and right now, and that is God, the energy of God, the universal one mind, the whole heart, the complete, the whole. There is nothing but and always have and completely in the energy of God. And knowing this is the truth, I know it is who and what I am. I know it is who and what everyone in this room and everyone is seeing this stream is. And in this wholeness, in this completeness, in this abundance, I am grateful. I am grateful for all that was learned today, all that was experienced, that was co-created, knowing that each individual heard what they needed to hear to grow and to become more of who they authentically are. In gratitude, we grow. In gratitude, we learn. In gratitude, we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As everyone journeys home today, I know they go in peace and love and are safe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. and I release my word into the law, knowing it is done, done, done. And so it is. Thank you. Have a great evening, everyone.
It's a new season.